Urban agriculture took root in cities across America starting in 2008. It was fueled by economic stress as well as concerns about nutrition, childhood obesity, and diabetes. Urban farming keeps food production local, which reduces energy use, cost of food transport, and brings healthier, fresher meats and produce to neighborhoods, where families cannot usually afford nutritious foods. Urban agriculture can be seen in many different forms. There are large-scale growers, as well as home growers. There is even soilless planting techniques. Aquaponics is a newer technique which involves a symbiotic relationship between plants and fish. The plants grow in containers that float in ponds filled with fish. The fish waste fertilizes the plants, while the plants keep the water clean and filtered. People across America are fighting for their rights to own small livestock within city limits. Within the city of West Fargo, people are not allowed to own chickens. That doesn't keep these citizens from fighting for their right to fresh eggs from their very own backyard. Cities such as New York, as well as Chicago, Portland, Oregon, and Washington, D.C. have gone nuts with urban agriculture. But surprisingly, San Francisco, one of the most progressive cities in the nation, is holding back despite overwhelming interest from its citizens. Urban agriculture continues to change society as properties that previously had been left abandoned have been turned into productive land that encourages better lifestyles in lower income areas. In the city of Chicago, there has been a decrease in crime rate since vacant buildings have been converted or torn down to make room for orchards and gardens. Looking to the future, we can see that urban agriculture is only in its beginning stages. Many plans for large-scale growing of trees and crops is in the making. Plans for the future include something called vertical urban farming. This plan stems from the concern that due to population increase, it is necessary to build up instead of out. This limits the amount of ground space needed. Engineers and architects say that vertical farming would save on energy and water, making it a good economic decision. The plans for vertical farms do not include the use of soil. Instead, nutrient-enriched water constitutes an alternative that produces larger yields of fruits and vegetables. Water is also lighter than soil, which means that not as much money needs to be spent on structural support. The first vertical farm was designed by microbiologist Dixon Desbaumier, a professor at Columbia University. He is also the author of the book, The Vertical Farm. His design of the skyscraper farming pushed America to the forefront of the urban agricultural race. His design is not only one of a kind, it's also economically feasible. One vertical farming plan that seems much too far ahead of its time is called EcoPod. This is a skyscraper design that has pods covering it, which grow algae for biofuel. However, it is highly unlikely to ever get funded, and even if it did, it would most likely be a money-losing venture. However, EcoPod is still respected for its one-of-a-kind design. Some people are surprised by urban agriculture and see it as something that is new. But really, everything in the history of our nation has led up to this, and everything we are doing now will establish its future.